Good evening, everyone. Mm, okay, I have got a list and I will take you according to that list. Mm,
Excuse me, madam.
yeah.
Yes, my name is Mafaza. Yesterday there is a problem in my network, ma'am.
You couldn't complete it. Ne? So first we'll
Yes.
do with you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Mm.
Can you see my screen, ma'am?
Wait for a moment. Mm, yes.
Okay. Uh, my topic is improving knowledge on proposition for grade 10 students.
Mm.
My name is Fatima Mafaza and my registration break number is FNR 201251. This is the table of content, introduction, background of the study, identification of the problem, significance of the study, research objectives, research
Okay, Bella. No
questions,
need of
close
reading. Okay,
content.
you can go to the next slide. Okay, it's okay.
Okay. This is also my content. First one is background of the study. Most of the students learn English language. There are many parts to be studied in the English language, such as verbs, adverbs, conjunction, adjectives, and so on. There are many students who know these things, but when I ask the questions from my students how to use prepositions, most students didn't know what prepositions were. So I am going to analyze improving knowledge on prepositions to my dissertation. Prepositions plays a crucial role in English grammar. Words and phrases to show relationship in time, place, and directions. And in my grade 10 class, out of 30, there are 10 students struggle with correct preposition usage, leading to errors in writing and communication. Of the problem. I'm a government teacher in Hub with over 200 students offering Telugu. Student and also the home environments and the education qualification of their parents do not support the majority of students to improve their English skills apart from within the school environment. Then students often misuse prepositions due to a lack of understanding of their functions and variations in different contexts. This study aims to identify effective strategies to improve their knowledge and usage. Significance of the study. This research is significant for several reasons. For students, it will enhance their ability to use preposition correctly, leading to clearer communication. For teachers, it provides insights into effective teaching strategies for grammar instructions. For curriculum developers, developers, it highlights the need for improved teaching materials and methodologies to support prepositions learning. Then next one is research objectives. In my research, there are 4 objectives: to find the problems of students in using preposition to overcome their problems, to make aware the value of prepositions on English language. Third one is to improve the skills of using prepositions in a proper way. Fourth one, to teach the students the correct usage of preposition. And also the research questions. Why do students commonly struggle with prepositions in both written and spoken English?
Yeah, Huda, now here both objectives and research questions should be the same. They are not two different things. Your objective should be converted into question form. They are both similar. And they are not
Okay.
different things. Right? Okay.
Okay, ma'am. And also the clause content. There are the research problems was identified through the following tools and methods. I used two methods of data collection. First one is verbal method. In that one, I interviewed and observation method, and also non-verbal method, practical, free test and post-test activities, group work I include. And I had a chance of inquiring certain school previous subject teachers and as to know how the students know knowledge on propositions and whether they had found student shortcomings. The teachers told some shortcomings, confusion between similar proposition, omission of proposition, extra or unnecessary propositions. These are the problems. This is the academic content, article, authors, and key finding and source. Assessing the competency level of BEd in English, students in the use of proposition. This is the article and also the author and key findings are here. An intervention plan. This research is an action research method, and the research size is grade 10 students. For sampling technique is 10 students. Purposive sampling, data collection method, verbal and non-verbal interview observation methods.
Here sampling, here research size. Okay, go to that one.
This one, ma'am.
Yeah, so then research size is the not grade 10 and 11, 10 students. Size is 10 students. Sampling technique, no purpose is sampling. No need to write 10 students.
Okay, madam.
Should go up.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. This is the intervention activity plan. Identify the basic knowledge on proposition. Here, activity, there are 3 activities. First one, each blank with one of the following proposition. Fill in the blanks. Then there is a gives instruction to put correct proposition. The resource is writing book. Activity 2, game method, picking cards. Ask the students to individually to demonstrate an activity according to their picking cards. Activity 3, picture method, shows picture and ask them to put a correct proposition. This is my activity plan. This is a time frame, ma'am. Task activity January 1st week, literary review, and writing the research objectives and getting approval. Then January, presenting the proposal and getting approval, February 1st week. Implementation of the research, I include February and March. Writing the research report and also review and submission is the last week of March. Ethical consideration, ensuring to obtain permission to go ahead with the research from the relevant school authorities private by not revealing names in reports for presentations. Avoiding negative labeling of, for an example, weak or strong, good or bad, like that. Ensure that no group is favored or disadvantaged based on gender, background, or academic ability. And also there is a research limitation, assuming the research methodology can time consuming, lack of previous research in studies, the time frame for intervention may not be sufficient for long-term impact assessment. These are my references. This is my first activity and that picture description activity I include. Okay, madam, that's all, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, right.
Madam, shall I do?
Okay, Halima. Okay, right. I think it's your name in the list, ne? First one. I don't know. I have been given a list. Wait. They have given me a list, so I'll take according to that. Give me 1 minute.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, what is that list, ma'am?
Okay, now they have given me a list. First one is okay. You do that because you were there yesterday. You couldn't do that, no.
Yes.
Next one is Fasil, Full, Rahim, Fatima, Farwin. So you get ready next. Farwin, you get ready next. Okay, you do.
May I do, ma'am?
Okay, that's me. Quickly do.
Can you see my screen,
Oh,
ma'am?
okay, right, yeah.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am. My research proposal is on the topic of difficulty in applying grammar rules in grade 5 students. The first table of content here, you can see, right? The introduction, background of the study.
Okay, let me give me 1 minute. I want to write your name and registration number.
Okay, ma'am.
Go to the first slide. Okay, wait. QHMRG. Okay, right.
Okay, ma'am. Right. Introduction, background of the study. Grammar is a crucial aspect of language learning and its application is vital for effective communication. In grade 5, students are expected to have mastered basic grammar rules and begin apply them in more complex writing and speaking tasks. However, many students continue to struggle with applying these rules even after they have been explicitly taught. This gap between understanding grammar rules and effectively using them in context remain a significant challenge for educators. Understanding the reasons behind these difficulties and finding ways to help students overcome them is essential for improving language skills. So the research problem here, the central problem addressed in this study is the difficulty grade 5 students experiencing apply English grammar rules despite receiving instructions on these rules. These difficulties manifest in both written and spoken tasks, where students often make grammatical errors that hinder their communication. The study seeks to explore strategies and interventions that can help students bridge the gap between grammar instructions and real life application. So here the significance of the study is, this study is significant because it focuses on a key area of language learning, grammar application by identifying the specific challenges that grade 5 students face when using grammar rules in context. The research aims to provide effective interventions and strategies for me to improve in students' grammar skills. I think improving grammar application in this age group can have long-term benefits. That means for their language development, enhancing both academic performance and communication abilities in other subjects. Here, limitation of the study. The study is limited to a single grade level, that means grade 5, and may not be directly applicable to other age groups or educational settings. Next one is the interventions and the tools used may only be effective for this specific cohort and further research is needed to test the finding in different contexts, and also time constraint and the limited duration of the study might also affect the scope of the results. In addition to that, individual differences in students' prior knowledge, motivation, and language exposure could influence the outcome. Those are the limitations of the study. And here I use some tools to use that confirm these identified problems. I have used pre-assessment test. A set of grammar tests will be administered before the intervention to identify common errors students making writing and speaking test. As well as then I use error analyze. I will analyze the grammatical errors in students' written and spoken work to identify patterns in the types of mistakes and made likewise. And the classroom observation, very most important thing, that I will observe students' performance during grammar-focused activities to assess how well they apply grammar rules in real time, as well as student interviews or surveys, feedback from the students regarding the understanding of grammar concepts and the challenges in applying them will also help further validate the problem. Next one is peer review. Students will provide peer feedback on each other's work, allowing the teacher to assess how students interact with the correct grammatical issues in others' writing. Here I use academic context, articles, authors, and key findings, and the sources are there. You can see here also the same. And the methodologies. Methodologies, here the research process will be the study will follow a quasi-experimental design with pre and post assessment to measure that effectiveness of the interventions. The research will be conducted over a period of over 7 weeks, during which 2 interventions will be implemented to help students apply grammar rules more effectively. Here the activity I have given, the primary activities will include grammar-focused writing tasks, where students are required to use specific grammar structures, and the role-playing activities, where students practice speaking and applying grammar rules in context, as well as group discussions and peer reviews to reinforce grammar application in collaborative settings. Here, the first intervention will consist of explicit grammar instruction using examples from students' everyday language use. The focus will be on common problem areas such as subject-verb agreement, punctuations, and sentence structure. So the students will practice these rules throughout interactive worksheets and small group discussions. Here's second intervention. The second intervention will involve contextualized grammar practice in speaking activities. Students will participate in group debates, storytellings, and role-playing scenarios where they must use the grammar rules they have learned in meaningful context. Here, the reflective journal is the students will maintain a reflective journal to track their learning progress. In the journal, students will reflect on the challenges they face while applying grammar rules and note the strategies that help them improve. Here, ethical consideration, informed consent. Students and their guardians will be informed about the research, and then I asked to give their consent of participation, and confidentially, all the data will be kept confidentially and only used for research purpose. And the voluntary participation also there. That means students will be free to withdraw from the study at any time without any consequences. Here the reflection note. I have given step by step. Step 1, that means pre-assessment. The pre-assessment reveals common areas of difficulty such as sentence structure and verb tenses errors likewise. And the second step, The initial grammar workshop was engaging for students with many showing interest in applying the rules discussed. However, some struggles with transferring these rules into their writings. Step 3, second intervention, the role playing and group activities. That means they will encourage the students to use grammar in more relaxed, real world context. While some students improve, others still found it challenging to make accurate grammar choices under time pressure. So, next one is step 4, that means post-assessment. The post-assessment showed a noticeable improvement in students' ability to apply grammar rules, though more practice is needed for some areas. Those are the reflection note for each step. Right here, I have given my time frame. Activity also there, the months and the week also there for the pre-assessment and initial observations. Actually, the third week of January, thereafter writing the research objectives and research questions. Mostly third and fourth weeks of the January, and the prepare research proposal during the last week of January and the first week of February. Thereafter, first intervention and the second intervention and post assessment. Likewise, the time frame also given like this. Here the references are also given. Here I have used questions and answers. What are the main goals of this study? That means to help grade 5 students improve their ability to apply grammar rules in context, both in writing and speaking tasks. Then how I will measure the success of interventions? That means success will be measured through the pre and post assessment, student reflections, and I can the observation that I made with the student performance. And what type of grammar issues will be addressed? The answer is common issues such as subject-verb agreement, punctuation, sentence structure, and verb tenses will be focused. And the challenges might that I faced during this study, that is potential challenges include the variability in student engagement and the time constraint of the intervention period. So this is the end of my proposal. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. Again, we'll go to the objectives.
Yes, ma'am. May I tell my objectives?
Okay, tell them.
Right. My main objective is to improve students' understanding and application of English grammar concepts, particularly
Okay.
verb
Okay.
sentence.
Others?
Sorry.
Others, read the others also.
Parts of speech,
No,
vocabulary.
just tell me the whole objective. I need to know the objectives because you have to prepare all the activities to improve
Yeah.
the objectives.
The main objective is, ma'am, that I applying English grammar rules in the context with clear steps of interventions, data collections, and analysis.
Okay, right then. Tell me the rest of the objectives that there can be for more than 3. Ne?
The other one is um, enhancing their writing and speaking skills. By the end of the research, 80% of students will be able to identify the use verb tenses correctly in the sentences.
Mm.
And by the research, at the end of the research, we'll be able to learn and retain new vocabulary related to English grammar throughout context clues.
Okay.
And also, they can apply English grammar rules effectively in writing and speaking tasks.
Okay, you can either start with the singular form of the verb applies like that, or else you can write to apply, right? Like that, you have to
To
arrange, yeah, to apply or applies. Okay, so you have to prepare all
Okay.
the activities in order to achieve the objectives. What's the sample size? 10. And
10, ma'am.
what's the sample size?
Grade 5, 10 students.
10 students of grade 5. Okay, right. When are you going to do the activities?
Uh, since Monday.
Now you
Uh,
have 3 months. Now you have 5 students, so you can't do it in the class because you have selected only 5 now. You have to do some extra activities or extra days. When are you going to do the activities for them?
I have some extra periods for them because in our timetables they have spoken periods separately. So
Mm.
that period I can take these students to do these activities, ma'am. I have
Okay.
already taken permission from the principal, so it's okay to do them.
Okay, right, right, okay. Right,
Okay,
next
ma'am.
one.
Thank you.
Okay. According to the list, the next one is Rahim, Fatima, Farveen. Are you there? Rahim, Fatima, Farveen, are you there? If not, Devindi Lalitya. Devindi Lalitya. Then Ansar, Farveen, Fasmina. If you are there, you tell me. Pamalka, Jitmi, Samrasingh. Mohideen, Mohammed Ishan. If you are there, just tell me. Prasadi Purnika. Sachini Hansika Jayakodi. Mohammed Hatir. Rismi Fatima Rumana. Pradeep. Amir Mohammed Akil. Udar Pyumika Vijayavardhana.
Ma'am, Udaya Pumika Jayavardhan.
Okay, right. You can do.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Yeah, okay.
Good evening, ma'am, and everyone. My name is Udari Pumika Jayavardhana. I'm the teacher of an international school, and today I will be presenting my research on developing poor single handwriting skills in primary students, following the Cambridge and edXL syllabuses.
Okay, leave
This
it. I won't write your name and the registration number.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, right.
This research focuses on the challenges faced by grade 4 students following an international syllabus and how we can improve their single writing skills. Uh, let's move to the background of the study. Now I'm going to explain about my background in the study.
So
This
in your
research,
again, you show me your title. I think we have to change it. Developing poor
Yes.
do that. Developing Sinhala handwriting skills in primary students.
Okay, ma'am.
Remove the word
I will.
poor, right? Okay.
Okay, ma'am. So, this research focuses on the importance of single handwriting in primary education, especially for students following the Cambridge and Edexcel syllabuses. One of the main challenges we face is that students following international syllabuses often encounter difficulties when learning Sinhala, especially with handwriting. The differences between Sinhala and English scripts create barriers for students as they try to master the native language writing style. I will also discuss the role of handwriting in cognitive and motor skill development as it's critical for overall learning. Handwriting influences reading, fluency, and comprehension, which are essential skills for students at this stage of their education. And additionally, I will compare handwriting standards between local and international curricula, highlighting the unique challenges that arise when students are exposed to both. These points lay the foundation for understanding the context of this research and the need for improving handwriting among primary students. Let's move to my research problem. Now, let's take a look at the research problem that this study addresses. One of the main challenges is the limited practice students have with single handwriting. This is further complicated by the differences between the English and Sinhala scripts, which leads to difficulties in mastering both. So I have observed that primary students have poor single handwriting with hinders their academic progresses and communication. This handwriting causes significant issues for students, parents, and teachers as it affects reading comprehension and overall communication. There's also a lack of systematic approaches to improving handwriting skills in the curriculum, meaning students do not receive enough focused instructions. The increasing use of digital devices also plays a role in diminishing handwriting practice, leading to less emphasis on traditional writing skills. Students face difficulty uh, transitioning between English and single writing styles, which is a significant challenge in a bilingual learning environment. So that's it. Let's move to my significance of the study. Um, the significance of the study is multifaceted with several important outcomes. Improving handwriting can have a profound effect on students' academic performance. Clear handwriting helps students express their ideas more effectively, which improves their writing assessments and exam performance. The study also explored the long-term impact of handwriting skills on language proficiency and communication. Legible handwriting supports better reading, fluency, and comprehension, which are critical for academic success. Additionally, this study contributes to curriculum development and teaching strategies by providing insights into how handwriting can be better integrated into the syllabus, especially for students following an international curriculum. Another benefit is the opportunity to enhance fine motor skill and coordination in young learners. Developing good handwriting skills is closely linked to physical and cognitive development. The study also addresses the psychological effects of bad handwriting on students' confidence. Struggling with unclear handwriting can affect students' self-esteem, and improving it can help build their confidence. The study aims at providing structured interventions for students who are struggling with handwriting, offering practical solutions to addresses this issue. So let's move to my research limitations. In this study, there are some limitations that could influence the results. First, teacher perceptions and unintentionally subject assessments and might unintentionally affect how students progresses in evaluated. So also this research is focused specifically on international syllabuses, which may limit the generalization of the findings to other curricula. So additionally, external factors of like motor skills and home environments may also impact handwriting development. So there is limited follow-up after the intervention, which makes it hard to assess long-term improvements. The influence of individual learning styles may affect progress difficulty for each student. Time concentrate also make it challenging to measure long-term improvements accurately, and variations in student motivation could affect the consistency of the result. So next move to my research objectives. Yes, research objectives. My research objectives in this study are to identify the main reasons why primary students struggle with single handwriting. So I aim to analyze the effectiveness of variation methods used to assess handwriting difficulties, and to identify the challenges faced during the implementation of handwriting improvement strategies. So I will explore how teachers and parents can collaborate to support better handwriting skills, and uh, investigate the role of digital learning in addressing handwriting decline. The study will also purpose long-term strategies to sustain improvements, assess student perceptions, and identify areas for further research, particularly with bilingual education. This is my research questions. Here are the research questions that will guide
Okay,
my
leave the
study.
objectives again. Again, leave the objectives. Leave them. Don't. What are the main reasons why grade 4 students struggle with single handwriting? Analyze the effectiveness of various methods in assessing students' handwriting difficulties. Okay. Identify challenges faced in implementing handwriting improvement strategies. Identify challenges faced in implementing. No, that is not necessarily apita thina challenges. You don't need to find the challenges that you have. No need that. To identify the challenges. To identify the challenges faced in improving a handwriting, right? While improving,
Okay,
what
ma'am.
are the challenges you have? To explore
Okay, ma'am.
ways teachers and parents can collaborate and support better handwriting. Okay, right? Investigate the role of digital learning in handwriting. What is a decline and strategies for balance? What is that? There's no any sense to investigate the role of digital learning in improving handwriting or something, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To propose long-term strategies for sustaining improvements. To propose long-term strategies. I think that you don't need that one to propose long-term strategies.
Long term.
What do you mean by
Okay, ma'am.
long-term strategies? Now, we have already
Long-term means,
level
ma'am.
strategies, no need of that.
Okay, ma'am.
Perceptions of handwriting, intervention and the motivation. Oh, it's also no sense. To assess students, you remove that also. To
Okay,
identify areas for further research in handwriting development. Identify areas for further research. No, you don't need the last one also. No need, right?
Last one also. Okay,
Because
ma'am.
no need, right? Because you need to now whatever the objectives you identify, you have to prepare activities to achieve the objectives, right? So then
Yes.
don't write unnecessary
ma'am.
objectives, you can't achieve them, right? Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Here are the research questions that will guide my study. These questions are designed to explore the underlying issues and challenges faced by students with
So
single
then,
handwriting.
and they here that both objectives and questions should be the same. Now you go to the objectives again. So then, what are the main reasons? Now, if you take the first one, what are the main reasons that grade 4 students struggle with single handwriting? Number 2, how to analyze the effectiveness of various methods in assessing students' handwriting difficulties. Like that, you have to convert the same objective, same
Same thing.
into questions, right? Okay.
Okay, ma'am. So I will edit this, ma'am. So
Because
I
they are
will
different.
yeah, ma'am. I will move to close context. To confirm the handwriting difficulties, I used a variety of methods. First, I observed students' handwriting in class and on assignments to identify patterns. I also conducted interviews with teachers and parents to get a clearer understanding of the challenges faced by the students. A comparative analysis of handwriting samples for different students allowed me to see the differences in handwriting abilities. So I reviewed the literature on handwriting challenges in bilingual education, which helped to put the observation into a broader context. I also used to student self-assessment surveys to understand their perspective on their handwriting struggles. So finally, a video analysis of the students' writing posture and grip help to identify any physical factors that might be contributing to their difficulties. So let's move to academic context. As part of my proposal, I reviewed various studies related to
Now, this is
handwriting.
not the here. This is not the way you have to do the academic context. So it should be like author, then name of the research author, year, then what the content, like that. You have to. I have given you a format, so so you have to put those things into that format, right? This is just like the references. This is
Okay,
not the
ma'am,
way you have
like
to do, right? Okay.
table format.
Yeah, the table format. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So can I move to next slide?
Okay.
Uh, intervention plan. For the intervention plan, here are the key elements of my research process. So I'm using the action research method, which allows me to actively engage with the students while collecting data and adjusting the interventions as needed. The sample size consists of grade 4 students, especially 4 students who are the focuses of this research. I used random sampling to ensure an unbased selection of the student for the study. The data for this research is collected through observation, interviews with students, parents, and teachers, and by studying literature and documents related to handwriting improvement. So let's move to my first intervention. This is my first intervention. In the first intervention, I focused on 2 activities to improve students' handwriting. So, assessing students' Sinhala writing abilities, the first activity involves having students write a short paragraph on my school. I will give them instructions on the key points to include in the paragraph. I will also teach them the basic vocabulary rules they need to follow while writing. So, second one, Sinhala copywriting practice. So the second activity focuses on copywriting practice, where students will copy the first paragraph of lesson 3 from their Sinhala textbook. So I will provide them with the paragraph from the textbook to copy. The goal is for students to copy the paragraph accurately to improve their handwriting. So my second intervention is like this. So in the second intervention, I focused on 2 more activities to further enhance students' handwriting skills. I chose dictation exercise. This activity involves single word dictation based on the lesson. I will provide the students with a list of words 5 days before the exercise to help them prepare. So, students will be instructed to memorize the words during the dictation. I will ensure the words are pronouns clearly and correctly, so the students can write them accurately. So, the other one is practicing word writing. In this activity, students will practice writing simple words. I will give the students a list of simple words to write. Students will be encouraged to write the words neatly, focusing on correct letters, formation, and proper spacing. So let's move to my ethical consideration. In conducting this research, several ethical considerations must be addressed to ensure fairness and respect for all participants. Uh, Student participation in the study must be voluntary, meaning students and parents can choose whether to uh, participate without any pressure. So I will ensure that all student data is kept confidential and only used for the research purposes. I will obtain ethical approval from the school administration and parents before proceeding with the study to ensure the research align with ethical standards. I will take steps to avoid any basis in handwriting assessments, ensuring that each students in is evaluated fairly based on their actual performance. I'm committed to providing fair and equal treatment to all students and regardless for their abilities or background. The research will be designed to benefit the students and not cause them any harm, whether academically or emotionally. So all students will have equal access to the intervention being tested on, ensure fairness in the research process. So this is my time frame. Uh, this in January, during the 4th and 5th weeks, I will start by identifying the problem and diving to my literature review. This will give me a solid background understanding for the topic. In February 1 to 3rd week, I will focus on writing the research objectives and questions and preparing my research proposal. By the end of the week 3, I will present the proposal and get approval. In February week 4, around week 4, I will begin implementing the research plan. Finally, in March, I will concentrate on writing the research report, followed by the final review and submission in April.
Okay.
So this is my answer pre-test. In this answer, you can see, ma'am, the examples of students Sinhala copywriting. This pre-test was conducted to assess the children's handwriting skill. Through this evaluation, I was able to identify specific weaknesses in their handwriting, allowing for better understanding for the areas that need to improvements. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, okay. That's good. Right. So then
Thank
how do
you,
you
ma'am.
find time to do the research?
Yes, ma'am. I can do it on my library periods and PT periods and some. I have free double periods some days, ma'am.
Okay. So then what's the sample? How many students are there in your sample?
4 students, ma'am.
Okay, right. Okay, right. We'll go to the next one. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Right. Next one is අතුකොරලාගේ දොන් රංග ප්‍රභාත් මදුශංක සිතාරා සත්සරණී රණසිංහ හනන් ෆාතිමා නවුසා උමේෂා අනුරුද්ධිද සිල්වා නිලක්ෂි සිල්වා චන්ද්‍රදේව්
Yeah, ma'am.
ත්‍රීනා
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm Nilakshi and I did my presentation yesterday.
Okay, okay, that's good. Oh, I have your list.
Ma'am, can I?
Oh, Trina, okay, fine.
Ma'am, can you see my presentation?
Yes, can you enlarge it?
Now, ma'am.
Okay, right. Wait. I won't write your name. Okay, right. Continue.
Good evening, everyone. This is Trina Utfal from Noor and my registration number is FNR 210241.
What's your nationality, Trina? What's your nationality?
I'm Muslim.
Ah, okay. It's an unusual name. Okay, continue.
So the title of the my action research is Overcoming the Fear of Speaking English, a study on increasing student confidence in oral English communication. So first of all, I have choose start up with the background of the school. That means the background of the problem. My school name is Nuhaggala Vidyalaya. The school is located in a rural area of Nuwara Eliya, where access to quality of education and resources is limited. Due to its remote location, the school faces significant challenges, particularly in the area of English language instruction. There is often no permanent English teacher also, which has led to inconsistency in teaching and lack of continuous guidance for students. As a result, many students struggle with developing their English language skills, and their confidence in speaking English remains low. The school community is dedicated to overcoming these obstacles, but limited resources and frequent teacher turnover have made it difficult to provide stable and effective English language education. In many classrooms, students often have a knowledge and understanding of English, but hesitate to use it in speaking due to fear of making mistakes. That's the main problem, and the lack of confidence or fear of judgment from peers. This issue is particularly pronounced in the grade 9 classroom. That is the classroom I have taken as my sample, where the students are single speakers and have limited opportunities to practice English outside in the classroom. Despite knowing the vocabulary and grammar, they struggle to express themselves verbally, especially when asked to engage in spontaneous conversations. In this research action, I aim to explore ways to build student confidence and reduce the hesitation and fear surrounding spoken English. The focus is to identify strategies that can increase student participation and help them feel comfortable using English in real life context. So my main research question is, what strategies can help reduce hesitation and fear among students when speaking English and increase their confidence in oral communication? So that I have reviewed some literature reviews according to Creation 1982. That research indicate that speaking hesitation is the common barrier in a language acquisition, especially for students in environment where English is not widely spoken. Factors like anxiety, fear of making mistakes, and lack of speaking practice contribute to this reluctance, according to Horwitz. So effective strategies to address the issues include a positive reinforcement. That means we can encourage students when they take risk, even if they make mistakes. And interactive activities, group discussions, role plays, and peer collaboration that provide safe space for speaking practice. Pronunciation and fluency exercises, practicing pronunciation and speaking in low pressure environment.
That is pronunciation.
Pronunciation. Yeah. So my study will look at these existing strategies and implement them in my classroom to explore their effectiveness. So my main research objectives are to investigate the strategies that can help reduce students' fear of speaking English and encourage them to speak more confidently. Specific objectives are to assess student attitudes towards speaking English at the beginning and end of the research period. The second objective is to implement interactive activities that provide students with opportunities for real life English use. The third one is to observe and measure any changes in the students' willingness to participate in English conversations. And the fourth one is to identify the factors that contribute to the hinder students' confidence in speaking English.
Okay, again, you leave the objectives. To observe and measure any changes. How are you going to measure their changes?
Within my implementing my intervention, I'm going to measure their changes, madam.
How?
I will do an activity, and after that, I will assess their.
Not measure, assess.
Assess, yeah, ma'am.
To observe and assess any changes in the assess.
Okay, ma'am.
Not changes.
Okay.
To observe
Okay.
and assess the students' willingness to participate in English.
English. Okay, ma'am.
Factors. Wait. Last one. To identify the factors that contribute to or hinder students' confidence in speaking English. Identify the factors that contribute to the contribute to or hinder students. Okay, it should come at the beginning. Okay. That means you are writing, identifying their factors that hinders thing. It should come at the beginning. So after that only you are starting to improve their oral communication skills, right?
Okay, madam.
Right, continue.
So the methodology is this action research will follow a cyclical process: planning, action, observation, and reflection. Over a period of 3 months, I will implement various strategies and reduce hesitation and encourage speaking. Then observe the student response to these methods. I have mentioned already participant. The study will involve 6 students from grade 9 who have shown reluctance to speak English. They are good at reading and writing, but when it's come to speaking, they are showing hesitation, and they are fear to talk in English and communicate with their peers. That's the main thing. The students are of varying proficiency level, but share a common hesitation in verbal communication. In their grade 9 pupils book also, there is a competency level. The competency first level and third and eighth level emphasize the speaking skill. So I'm also using those things also help to my research. So the data collection methods I'm using pre and post surveys at the beginning and the end of the research period. I will survey the student to assess their feelings about speaking English. The survey will include questions like, how comfortable do you feel speak in English? What are your biggest challenges when speaking English? Those questions. And the second data collection method is observation. I will observe students during the lessons and group activities, note how often they speak English and whether their participation increases over time. And the teacher reflection, I will keep a reflective journal, noting my thoughts on how well the strategies are working and how the students' behaviors change. I will do it as a weekly journal. So the interventions are positive reinforcement. Acknowledge small success even if the student make mistakes. Encourage all attempt to speak, because my main motive to break their hesitation and the fear to speak and communicate in English. So the next intervention is interactive speaking activities. Activities such as pair work, group discussion, role plays, and games where students are required to speak English in a non-threatening environment. There are only 6 students, so I can easily do the pair works and the group works as well. And the control speaking practice. Use scaffolding techniques like sentence starters, conversation prompts, and practice dialogues where students can gradually build confidence. In the competency level 8, communicates clearly and fluently and concisely. There is a competency level. They have emphasized the telephone conversation and describing future events and describing the position of things accurately and describe the pictures. Those are just like similar small areas. So that would help my intervention program. And also peer collaboration. Encourage peer support by assigning students to work in pairs or small groups where they can practice speaking together without feeling judged. And pronunciation and fluency exercises. In the first competency level, they have emphasized the pronunciations. Pronounces English words properly. Use activities that focus on speaking fluently, such as tongue twisters, reading aloud, or speaking on familiar topics. So here I have included the data analysis. I will analyze the survey data to see how student attitude towards speaking English change. Observation note will be analyzed to identify trends in student participation and confidence. So this is my action plan. So in the first and second week, identification of the problem, and the second and third week, literature review, and the third and fourth week, writing the research objective and research caution. In the fifth week, preparing the research proposal, and the sixth week, I think this is the time presenting the proposal and getting the approval. Seventh and from 11 7 to 11, implementation of the research. In
Okay.
here,
Now, I have during the lecture, I have given how to prepare a Gantt chart. Gantt chart means that, that it shows the activity, then time frame, responsibility. So like that. So it's better that if you can put this into that chart, right? So you go
Okay,
through that.
madam.
I have sent to the group how to write the Gantt chart, and so you have to put it inside into that, right? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay, madam. Thank you, madam. So in the implementation of the research, I have a break into the several areas. So there are for 5 weeks for the implementation of the research. So the first week pre-survey introduction to the strategies, and the second week implementation group discussion role plays focus on real life speaking opportunities, and then encourage low pressure collaboration, build student confidence through the peer support, and then help student to recognize growth in areas for improvement. And then the 11th week writing the research report, and the 12th week review and submission. So my ethical considerations are informed. First one is informed consent. All participants, that means the student and possibly their parents or guardian, must be fully informed about the purpose of the procedure and the potential impact of the research. And the next ethical consideration is confidentiality and anonymity. Ensuring that the identities of the students are protected, because the privacy of the student and the data collected by me, and that should be kept private. So respect. The third one is respect for the participant. Mm, treating all the students with all respect and dignity throughout the research process, it is very important. And the and the fourth one is minimizing harm during this research. Uh, uh, Hello.
Okay. Yes, continue.
Hello.
You can continue it. We are listening to you. Trina, you continue. Quickly continue, because we have some more students who are waiting to do their presentations. Quickly do.
Okay, fifth one is transparency and honesty reporting. It's very important to transparency in the my report findings, and without manipulating data to find expectation. And the feedback of participant is also very important, providing participants with feedback on the result of the study, especially since they contributed to it. So the expected outcome, increased participation. I expect gradual increase in the student willingness to speak English in the classroom. Reduce anxiety. Students should feel more comfortable taking risk and speaking, even if they make mistakes. Improve confidence. By the end of the 3 months, students should show greater confidence in their ability to speak English. And the challenges and limitation. Time concentrate, give the short duration, 3 months. Changes in student behavior may be incremental. Student resistance. Some students may remain hesitant despite the interventions, require further individualized support. And classroom environment. As a single medium school, student may still be influenced by their first language, which could impact their confidence in using English. So in conclusion, this action research aimed to explore effective strategies for increasing student confidence in speaking English by addressing their fears and hesitation. By using a combination of positive reinforcement, interactive speaking activities, and peer support, I hope to create an environment where students feel comfortable using English. The finding from the research will help provide valuable insight into improving language learning practices and help foster a more inclusive, supportive classroom environment.
Okay.
So that is my presentation. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. What's a sample of your research?
6 students, ma'am.
Okay, what's their grade?
They are grade 9.
So how do you find time to do these speaking activities?
I'm currently doing my internship, ma'am. There is no teacher for English subject, so I'm the one who doing the English subject. And also, I have taken permission from the principal for after school 1 hour special class for them, ma'am.
Okay, right. So you have to get the permission from the student team, parents as well.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, right. Thank you. Right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Then we have Shasa, Mahdoom, Saduruddin, Sasha, Tambilebe Fatima, Fasiha, Navodya Netsiri Adhikari, Selvaraja, Ramesh Kumar, Kurupwarachige, Dayangani Kanchana Kuruppu, Dulanjani Hasara Javadana, Govipala Godage, Chamila Kumari, Mohammed Mubarak Fatima Safra. If I tell your names, you tell me. Mohammed Subair Fatima Mafasa, Dhananjay Kavishka Prasad,
Ma'am,
Hansama,
Fatima Risnia, shall I do that?
Risnia. Okay, right, Risnia. I didn't tell that. Wait. Fatima Risnia is not there. Wait, I will give, later on I'll give the chance.
Okay, ma'am.
Hansamali Pratana Jayaratnanand.
Yes, madam.
Okay, are you there? Hansamali?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, madam.
do it right.
Madam,
Okay. I can't see your presentation.
can you see, madam?
No, not yet.
Now, okay, madam.
No, not yet. Shall we give the chance to somebody else until you?
Okay, madam. I get.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, right. Then wait. Somali after that. Gamaralagi Hansamali Pratana, Tiruni Kaushalya Selvanayagam, Abdul Majid Fatima Tashrika.
Madam, I am Kaushalya Selvanayagam, madam.
Okay, right.
Good evening, madam.
Okay. Wait, I won't write down your name.
Okay, madam.
KTK Selvanayagam.
Kaushalya. Okay.
NR 210254. Okay, right.
Good evening, madam, and good evening, everyone. My action research is about improving reading comprehension through interactive strategies in a grade 7 classroom, madam. Because actually I'm teaching them literature for grade 6 and 7. So I found that they are finding very difficulties in this reading comprehension. So that's why I made this proposal. So, madam, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, I can see your screen.
Madam, this is the contents, madam.
Hmm.
Identification of the research
No,
problem.
no need of reading, Puta. You can.
Okay, madam. Identification of the research problem. So reading comprehension is a crucial skill in English literature, but many grade 7 students struggle to understand text deeply. They face difficulties in identifying main ideas, making inferences and analyzing literary elements. This study aims to investigate how interactive strategies can enhance students' reading comprehension skills. So, description of the content. First, finding basic data related to the problem through observations. Initial classroom observations reveal that students rely heavily on rote memorization because they are always try to buy hard things, madam. So rather than critical thinking when analyzing text. So I found that one also. So and also student performance. Previous test results, that means previous their exams and all. So I got to know that that results show that many students score low in comprehension-based questions. So student feedback, informal discussions, because I got some discussions with I did some discussions with my students because I selected some students for this project. So students indicate that they find reading tasks challenging and often disengage. So, and also investigating basic information of the problem. So causes are possible reasons for low comprehensions include lack of engagement, limited vocabulary. Actually, this vocabulary is very low when I did test and all. When I asked them to read, that they found very difficulties through these about these new words. Actually, new words in the sense some of them actually they don't know what's the meaning of covered and like simple verb like emerge, like that. They act as they never heard those words. So current teaching method, traditional reading approaches, that means mostly teachers are doing silent reading. Teachers ask them to read silently and get some idea after reading them. So sometimes teachers explain them because I think that may not be sufficient to develop deeper understanding. So literature review. This section will include research studies on the importance of reading comprehension in academic success, the effectiveness of interactive strategies like
Okay. So now here, when you're writing the literature, that what you
Yes,
have to
ma'am.
do is that you have to quote some quote or extract, but you have to write that where the resource. Now,
Resource means, madam, that means
right, maybe then
so-
imagine that John 2021 has written this, then you have to report what he has written and write in your words.
Yeah, I have done, madam, for my references part, I have
No,
done.
not reference. That literature use is called in-text citation. In-text citation means you have to select the exact part from the research, and then you have to give the due recognition to the author. Then you have to write the first name of the last name of the author with the year. Right now, John's 2021, like that. Okay, right.
Okay, madam. Okay, madam. Thank you, madam. So, the effect, may I read them?
Okay. No need of reading that. You can tell only the important facts and continue.
Okay, madam. So, intervention plan. So, the intervention will involve the implementation of interactive strategies over 8 to 13 weeks. The steps include first pre-assessment, conduct a reading comprehension test to measure students' baseline levels. So I'm going to do it from next week, madam. Implementation of interactive strategies.
What do you mean by interactive strategies? These are the things, eh? Think, pair,
these things. Yes, madam. This think, pair, share. So student will discuss key ideas before writing responses. So first I can give them some part, and I can ask them to first think individually, and then they can discuss with their colleague, peer, and then they can share for whole class. So next, graphic organizers. Use tools like story maps and cause effect charts, especially for literature. That means story maps mean to reveal, to identify the elements of literature, and then so like characters, settings and all. So then I think this cause effect charts also will help them. So reciprocal teaching. Students take turns summarizing, questioning, clarifying, and predicting. After that, for post-assessment, conduct another reading comprehension test to measure progress. So, and student feedback and reflection, collect student reflection on their experience with the strategies. And madam, okay. Obtain research ethics. So obtain permission from the school administration and parents. I already got that permission from administration part. Ensure confidentiality of student data, maintaining non-based approach in evaluating student performance. And limitations of the research. The study is limited to one class of grade 7 students. Actually, madam, I have selected 7 of them.
What's the class? 7 from grade 7, 7 students.
7 students, yes. So long-term impact analysis, individual learning differences may influence results. So this is my proposed time frame. So I have clearly mentioned everything here, madam, and here pre-assessment, after that these initial observations and all, then introduction of interacting strategies, and then after this I'm planning to do a midpoint review. So then I think I can collect student reflection. Collect student reflections and make necessary adjustments. And next, so then monitor student engagement and comprehension improvements, and again review and reinforce the most effective strategies based on student progress. Then collect student feedback on their learning experience. I can't see it.
Okay. And
Uh,
then again, you also have to put that into Gantt chart that we have taught them during last week.
Gantt
Okay, right.
chart.
Gantt chart. There's a Gantt chart. That is,
G-A-N-T, Gantt.
oh yeah. So then you can find it in the recording. I have
Okay,
given it,
madam.
right?
Okay, madam. This one,
Okay, that's okay. Right.
expected outcomes of the research.
Mm.
May I read or just?
Okay.
Improved reading comprehension skills. That means students will show a better understanding of text, including main ideas, inference, and literary elements. Improved ability to analyze and interpret text rather than relying on memorization. Sorry, increased student engagement, interactive strategies like these think, pair, share, graphic organizer, reciprocal teaching will make reading lessons more engaging and student-centered. So more active participation in discussions and group activities. So there are a lot, madam. So
Okay,
development.
right. No, okay, doesn't matter. Now we'll do.
So these are the so like books I'm going to refer with them. Some of books here.
Okay, right.
That's all, madam.
Okay, right.
Thank you, madam. Any drawbacks, madam?
No, that's why that you have to prepare activities to improve your objectives. That means if you have so
Activities
many,
also.
yeah,
I
so
should
that means,
include.
yeah, so then you have to improve. That means through your activities, you should be able to achieve your objectives. So
Okay,
after achieving all the objectives, only that the student will be able to do as you suggested in the topic.
That so, madam, that means that if I gave them any summarizing part, so that question should be mentioned.
No. I'm telling you now. You have some objectives there.
Yes.
To improve the reading comprehension, whatever it is, that if you have written that, you should have some activities to achieve that objective.
For example, if I ask them to write about unforgettable day like that.
Okay, now if you want to improve their reading, I'm telling that example, improving reading comprehension. So then you give them some reading texts and give some activities to answer like that, that you can give some you can plan some activities to achieve the objective. So all the objectives should have activities, right?
Okay, madam, I got it, madam. Thank you, madam. Do we need to upload this for LMS?
No, not necessary. No, not necessary. No, that I put a mark for your presentation.
Okay, thank you so much, madam.
Okay.
Madam,
Right.
share the screen.
Okay.
Madam, can you see?
Okay, can you enlarge it?
Okay, madam. Now it's okay, madam.
Yeah, yes. Wait until
Good
I write
evening.
your name. Write your name.
Okay, madam.
Nand. Okay, right.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Hansamali Prarthana. My index number is FNR 210-253. My research problem is improve speak in English.
It should be improving, not improves. Improving. Improving speaking. Improving oral communication skills. Emilia, right? Improving oral communication skills of, write down somewhere. Improving oral
Okay.
improving
skills.
oral communication skills of what's the grade?
Grade 7.
Improving oral communication skills of grade 7 students.
Okay, madam. Identification of the problem. I had chosen improving spoken English of grade 7 students. While I was engaged in the learning and teaching process for the grade 7 class, the focus was on English speaking ability of the students in the class. In this grade 7 class, grade 7 class has 6 students. That student have lack of focus for speaking English. They not attend the speaking English part in the period, and they are speaking test objectives. Identify the problems of students in speaking English, improving speaking English practically, create a passion for speaking English and styling. Significance of the study. Nowadays, spoken English is very important part. Spoken English also added to Sri Lankan education also, like that students have to study spoken English in their pupils book also. Therefore, I choose this topic for find the solutions. Students should pay attention to the speaking English because they have to spoken part in the English papers. Student have to term test paper also. In that time they get low marks in the speaking part. Moreover, student have to use spoken English in the society, like that jobs, interviews, that way. Spoken English is very useful for their future life also, because they have to use English, spoken English in the future. Close context. Collect basic information regarding the problem in the learning teaching process. I found the problem in the classroom. Second one, in speaking English lessons. In this, student not interested and not speaking English. Third one, in the various type English activity. In this, they shy sometimes speak to English. They not speak in front of the students, like that. Next one, observing low marks for the English language papers speaking test. I observing that students paper, they get low mark their term test paper. Next one, observing monthly spoken English assessment. In the monthly spoken English assessment, they not focus and they not interested that they have doubt it is correct or right, like that way. This is my time frame. First, I identify the problem in January 1st week, and I investigate the problem is January 2nd week. I identify the problem through the literature review January 3rd week and January 4th week. I prepare the presentation. I prepare the research proposal and present it February 1st week. Implication of the research. I will do it February 2nd week. Writing the report February 3rd week, 4th week, and March 1st week. Submit the final report proposal March 4th week. And This is a sample size is grade 7 students. I use 6 students in the grade 7 class. I collect the data, speaking test, observing the students, and interview. All action research have to ethical consideration. So my action research have also ethical consideration. First one, protecting the confidently of information collected. Next one, obtaining consent from the individual to conduct research. Next one, use the information obtained for research purpose only. Next one, non-alternative and non-distribution of the information extracted from documents. Next one, conducting research without interfering with the education. This is the intervention plan. First, I identify the problem of the student in the speaking English. I do activities for speaking about small speech. First step is teaching some simple sentence pattern for students, and next on short movie and cartoons, and next on show some things and tell about 5 things and discard like that, bag, doll, like that. I use resources, whiteboard, blackboard, laptop, or I use some things for tell sentence, bag, doll. I give to students and tell something. Next, second one, improve speaking English practically. I use activity, give topic to speak. First step, give small topic to speak about myself. Second step, give things and tell about it, like that, flower vase, water bottle, like that, animal picture. Third step, storytelling. I tell one sentence. After one by one student tell one sentence and feel the story. Third, intervention, create a fashion for spoken English in styling. First activity, give speaking in front of others. First step, speak small speech in the media unit. And second one, give to the drama and dialogue in the English association, like that, small in front of the students, like that. I use it microphone or something. Next one, literature review. First is Burns A. and Joyce H. 1997, focus on speaking Sydney, National Center for English Language Teaching Resources. Next, Lamansria D. 2004, the implementation of the teaching of speaking English at SLTP 17 Pale Master's Thesis, Maryland, State University of Maryland. Next one, Kai H. 2006, teaching speaking activity to promote speaking in the second language in the internet, TESL journal online. Thank you very much for discuss with my presentation.
Okay, right. What's the sample? What is your sample size?
6 students, madam.
Okay, what's the class?
Grade 7.
How do you find time to improve them?
Madam, I request to principal for give the relief period in the grade 7 class.
Okay, right. Then, how do you find time now to do these activities? That means you are basically hope to improve what kind of skills that you are going to improve in these students?
Speak in English, madam. Read, speak sentence, a small sentence.
Okay, now rather than reading that, you can improve their conversations, small dialogues, right? So let
Conversation.
them, yeah, conversations, let them talk, small things. You can give situations like fair, playground, like that. Then you can ask them to act out, and first they have to prepare their conversations, then act out, like, so you can do these kind of things, right? What's the
Okay,
sample?
madam.
What's the size of the sample?
6 students.
Okay, right. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
So, we have Godage Chamali. Okay, Godage Chamali, Kumari, Mubarak Fatima Safra, Subair Fatima Mafasa, Dhananjay Kavish Prasad, Jayaratna, you did. Tirunia did. Abdul Majid Fatima, Tasrika, Chamara, Ransilu Costa. Wait, give me 1 minute. Wait, I will read the names. Right, okay, then we have Fatima Riswana.
Riznia, yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, right. You are Sayyadu Muhammad Fatima Riswana. The Riswana is there.
No, ma'am, I'm Fatima Riznia. Muhammad Lukman, Fatima Riznia.
Okay, wait, Puta. Now there's another one. I will read the names, and if you sometimes your name must be there. Here, this one Sayyadu Muhammad Fatima Riswana, Divanga Swarnahansi, Fatima Fasrina Fauzi, Nadira Sirisena, Sattar Fatima Zasna, Kheda Fatima Nushra, Razak Muhammadu Ishan, Kasun Rajit Taranga, Piumi Amalka Bandara, Sachini Nisansala, Ayesha Sandamali, Sulochana Ranasinghe, Hasangi Navodya Vijayavardhana, Vidushani the Soisa, Hasil Vidushani the Soisa, Dilmi Taruka Vanyarachi, Ismail Fatima Shima, Junaid Fatima Fasha.
Yeah, madam, can I present?
Okay, right. You are Junaid Fatima Fasha?
Yeah, madam.
Okay, right. I'll give the chance to the others also after. Your names must be somewhere here.
Madam, hope you can see my
Yes,
presentation.
wait until I write down the name. MJF Asha. Others, don't worry. I'll be taking your presentations because they have given some days for you, for me to take your presentations. Right. Maintain discipline of diverse students during English period. Okay. Right.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here to present my research proposal. And my problem statement is maintaining discipline of diverse students during English period. So under this, I'm going to discuss about introduction of my proposal, close context, academic context, methodology, time frame, and references. Moving on to my background of my study, as you all know, the first and the most important lesson in life is getting discipline. So it's not tough if the lesson of discipline starts from very childhood. But if it starts late, it can be the toughest lesson to learn in life. So good discipline can bring the best of ourselves and we can best serve society and will be up to the expectation of the people around us. So when a student leads his or her life without any rule or discipline, his or her life tends to become dull and directionless. So this is eventually making him or her pessimistic. I identified lack of discipline as the major problem in my classroom. I worked as a trainee teacher in a government school and I observed some students lacking discipline in grade 6 parallel classes, and it affects other students and also the subject teachers. The family background and the educational qualifications of their parents also were major reasons for lacking discipline of students other than school is in a rural area. So I observed and monitored selected number of students. They are misbehaving and they are disturbing the classroom during lesson. So in order to improve the self-discipline skills among students, certain skills are to be introduced to them and provide opportunities to practice making the right choices to exercise their self-discipline. So focusing about maintaining discipline in students, it counts important. So this is one of the most important personality traits in everyone, in every individual. Yeah, discipline in students' life attracts all the right things, and due to this, students gain success in each field of their life. So this is why maintaining discipline is very important. Moving to the objectives of my study, they are to develop self-discipline of students, to prevent misbehaviors among students, to correct the misbehaviors of students, and finally to help the students to stay focused on their academics. So as you all can see on the screen, time constraints, lack of prior research studies, issues in selecting the sample group are the difficulties I faced during my research period, and also I realized that I should have addressed my questions from another variable perspective in collecting data. My research problem was identified through following tools. Number one is through observation. So through observing the students, I noticed that the selected number of students show aggression towards other students. So they are showing avoidance of work, verbal insult, and laughs and screams during classes. And I also identified the problem through interviewing the subject teacher. So when I inquired about this, they mentioned that selected number of students, they interfere with teaching activities and they are showing rudeness to teachers and they are refusing to follow instructions. So as it's displayed on the screen, it's evident that I have read number of articles to prepare this research. So here is a quick summary of it. So my research is in action research, and I have selected 5 students of grade 6 parallel classes as my sample group. And this is a purposive sample group, and also I collected data through observations, interviews, and through previous studies.
Okay.
I am expecting the selected group of students to develop their self-discipline by structuring their days and rewarding every week. So through this positive behavior of students is expected. And also students are expected a change, showing good manners and acting in a polite way by practicing them to work on time. And the research proposal is implemented from January 2nd week to February 1st week. And I'll be working on my research from February 2nd week to March 4th week. Following ethics are to be considered till the end of my research, and they are getting permission from the relevant authority, maintain confidentiality of the students identified, getting the consent from the individuals who are taking part in the interviews. And these are my references, and that's all. Thank you.
Okay, right. So then again, you show me your time frame.
Okay, Madam, give me a sec.
Okay, right. Time frame, right. Okay, what's the sample of your research?
My sample is 5 students from grade 6 parallel classes.
Okay. How do you find time to train them?
Sorry, Madam?
How do you find time to train these students?
I have planned to take them after school.
Okay, right. So you get permission from the principal and their parents as well. Right. Okay. So then
Yeah,
what
madam.
you have to do is you have to match the activities with your objectives. Then only you can achieve the final outcome. Right. Okay. Right. Thank
Okay,
you.
madam, sure. Sure.
I'll give a chance to only one more student. Anyone that would like to do?
Ma'am, shall I do? Fatima Riznia.
Okay, Riznia. Fatima
Thank
Riznia.
you very much, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, can you see the screen?
Yes,
Ma'am.
Putta, that you put presentation mode, otherwise we won't be able to see. A minute then.
Can you see the screen, ma'am?
Yes, yes, now, okay.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am, and my dear friends. I'm Fatima Riznia, and I'm currently working in a C1 type school in Katukastutu Zonal. For my action research, when I go to my grade 5 classes, I'm doing English for grade 5. I have not, and this is their, it means I have noticed in their text paper, they have the last question, they have that creative writing. It means a picture description or writing 10 or 5 sentences according to the given topic. But most of the students, they leave that topic, they leave that question and do the other questions well in the exams. So I have taken this, this problem. It means that enhancing creative writing skill in English language among grade 5 students because of this reason, actually, because this is their final year of their primary stage, and they are next year they are moving to secondary stage, so they may find it difficult when they have, sometimes they may have to do English medium, and so these kind of problems they may, means without their lack of creative writing skills, they can't move on in their grade 6 classes. So I thought of selecting this topic, enhancing creative writing skill in English language among grade 5 students. For introduction, Creative writing is an essential skill that allows students to express their thoughts, feelings, and imaginations. Actually, this action research proposal aims to explore strategies to enhance creative writing skills among grade 5 students. Background of my studies, many students, they struggle with the initiating and developing their ideas in written form actually, often due to lack of confidence, sometimes limited vocabulary and insufficient exposure to their diverse writing techniques. So my research problem is many grade 5 students face challenges in expressing their ideas creatively. The problem lies in improving their ability to use language imaginatively, structure their thoughts coherently, and employ proper grammar and vocabulary effectively. Significance of my studies: this study seeks to explore methods for enhancing students' creative writing abilities and increasing their confidence in the writing process. Objectives of my study research is to identify specific strategies that can improve creative writing skills among grade 5 students, and to enhance students' vocabulary and idea generation techniques in their writing, and to increase students' confidence in their writing through targeted exercises.
Okay, here in the case of confidence, that the problem comes, how do you measure confidence? Because when we are writing objectives, they should be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So then we have to, so when it comes to confidence, that the problem comes, how do you measure confidence? So you better change some other word instead of confidence, right? Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Continue.
Okay, ma'am. And my research question is, what is the current level of creative writing skills of my students in the English language classroom? What challenges do students face in creative writing, and how can they be addressed? And my close context are, the research problem was identified through the following: observation, by checking their homework, by observing their writing books and workbooks, and the text papers. The important part is the test papers, ma'am, because they every time, even the able students are sometimes they leave this question in the question paper, the last question, they leave the question. Because of that only I have selected actually, especially importantly the test papers, and discussion with the class teacher, and random tests. Intervention strategies are implementation of various teaching strategies such as brainstorming sessions, writing workshops, peer reviews, and the use of multimedia tools to stimulate creativity. And I've thought of providing more tasks on parallel writing, because they find it very easy to do the parallel writing, and they like to do the parallel writing also. And making reading corners in the classroom. So we have purchased some from the class. They have the class teachers. We have it means the English teachers. We have instructed the class teachers to buy some storybooks like Ladybird series storybooks something, and they have made their reading corners in the classroom. And sometimes. Actually, in our school, we don't have a library, so we are directing them to the public library to read. And ethical considerations will be paramount, and this will involve obtaining consent from parents and the school administration, ensuring confidentiality of student work, and the right for students to withdraw from the study at any point. Timeline: first month, I have pre-assessment and introduction of creative writing exercises. And second month, continued implementation of exercises and collection of ongoing feedback. third month, final assessments and reflections from the students about their writing journey. References, these are the references, ma'am. And the conclusion, this action research aims to provide practical insights to effective methods for enhancing creative writing among grade 5 students. By focusing on a small group, the study will ensure a tailored approach and encouraging each student's unique creativity. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. So then what's the sample of your research?
Grade 5 students, 3 students from grade 5, ma'am.
Okay. So what are you going to do for these 3 students?
Actually, I have done a pre-test for them, and I have, I have observed their examination papers, and I am providing some task sheets and for them to, for first they make small sentences, and after that, and they like parallel writing. I have started parallel writing. They find it, interesting, the parallel writing, rather than, and I have some audios and videos from the multimedia. I have used multimedia, and I have, they have seen some stories, and they have written I asked them to watch the stories, right? And after that, they want to write 3 or 4 sentences, but they have seen.
Okay. So then how do you find time to train these students? Because you have said only very few students.
Normally, I am having their period, but that is, it means every day I have that English period, but it is not enough for me actually, because I want to focus on my syllabus also. So I asked my principal to provide me some relief periods for me.
Okay. Right. So anyway, that you had to prepare some activities according to the objectives.
Okay,
and
ma'am.
achieve the objectives, right? Okay. Right.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, so rest of the students that they will give me some days next week. So then we will continue with them, right? So don't worry, I will take everyone's presentations. You get ready. And I would like for you to follow the format I have given you. So then it's easy for you to do all the activities. You have to, it's easy for you to finally compile your final project, okay? Final research. Okay,
Madam,
thank you
excuse
very
me.
much. Yeah, Putha.
Tomorrow they will have planned, I think.
No, Putha, because we are going on a field trip tomorrow, so I'm not sure whether I'll be able to come by 7:30. So they have postponed to the next week, so we'll see.
Okay, madam. Okay, thank you.
Right. Then. Thank you very much for joining. So then we will meet next week, right? Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night, ma'am.
Good night. Good night. Good night.